Hey guys, it's Tommy here from Clientele Boost. It's a bit of a different angle today, but I wanted to talk about, confidence and ego. I actually think ego is important. I don't think, I'm going to jump right into this, guys. First of all, my name is Dami, run an agency, Clientele Boosters. We help people build mega communities. To build a mega community, you have to be able to build a mini community, etc. Anyway, back to the ego thing. Many people get told from a very young age, you shouldn't have a big ego. Don't have an ego. Having an ego can be scary. Don't overdo it. Don't be too confident. Otherwise, you can fall. And there are good points to it. Me being of the Christian faith, pride is one of the biggest sins. The pride comes before the fall. What I will say is this, though. You need to have equally a very, very big ego and zero ego death. Here's why. When you're trying to build something that, perhaps your family line hasn't seen before or your friendship group isn't familiar with, you're going to adopt traits that build resilience. So for example, if you're in sales or in some sort of service business, you're going to be doing a lot of things that are going to involve rejection. If you make 100 cold calls, you're going to have to get used to having a lot of rejection. If you do 100 or if you do 10 demos a week where you're talking to different prospects on a Zoom call, the odds are not all of them are going to sign up straight away. So what will happen is, and this is just from, what's called unconscious competence to conscious incompetence, unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence, all the way to conscious competence, then consciously or unconsciously incompetent. When you're going through those four phases of incompetence to competence, when your friends and your family first see that, it will make them cringe really, really hard. They'll be like, ew, like, why'd you say that? You're not supposed to speak like that. Or, oh, that sounded really uncomfortable. That didn't sound genuine. And that's because you are unconsciously competent, right? But the thing is, to get from unconsciously incompetent, to two steps forward, which is conscious competence, you actually have to have a big enough ego to be like, if anyone is going to figure this sales thing out, as for this example, it has to be you. But you also have to have the ego death to be like, who cares if 100 people hung up on you today or yesterday? It doesn't matter. So as you progress through each phase, once you get all the way to unconsciously competent, what was once seemingly difficult to a lot of your initial surroundings, whether it's friends, family, peers, partners, etc., what was once the cringe thing that you did and kind of required almost like this level of like ego? Because think about it, they have an ego that they want to use to protect themselves from pain. So you actually have to have no ego to also be voluntarily ready, but also a big enough ego to be like, if anyone can handle the pain, it's you. So to get to that, once you're at that unconsciously competent level, what you will notice is that things that many people find like strange or over the top, you're very immune to, or at least less immune to that social judgment from them. And that's a result of being unconsciously competent because you know that it yields the result that you desire. So yeah, with ego, there's a bit of the dichotomy there. And I think you should have, or at least aim towards having, as big of an ego as you have zero ego. And I don't know, for me, that's been a major game changer for me, not just for the agency, but for other businesses and other spheres. Many times with my production company, Kosa, there were so many times, nearly every shoot we've had, there has been some sort of colossal issue. Whether a team member can't come, whether a protagonist or main character 2 days beforehand or the night beforehand gets sick. We've had people that were supposed to be in episodes that were focused on relationships, and then all of a sudden they're single, right? So they're fighting. Nearly every time we've done a new season, or the start of a new season, there's been some sort of extraordinary random problem, and it shows that there is every excuse to stop trying and to give up. All right, but what I've found, at least from my standpoint, is I find myself in a position where I'm like, okay, this is simply, once again, the opportunity where Dami has to prove who he says, if he is who he says he is, right? So I have the opportunity to use my ego to take the necessary volume of action that actually makes me have no ego at the same time. Because you will get hit with every excuse from everyone involved. Every obstacle will be thrown at your way. But having the amount of, not getting angry when someone declines. Imagine getting angry if someone, makes complete sense. Do you know anyone else that could be a better fit? What would you recommend we do here? Just being that problem-solving kind of character. So anyway, quick tangent for today. I wanted you guys to think about that, especially as you're on your entrepreneurial journey. I don't think it's wrong at all to have an ego. I think you should be able to control your ego, but I think the real magic is the in-between. And that's being able to have such a massive ego that you also have none. Some food for thought. Anyway, if you guys like this kind of content, click the links below in the description. There is a free Skool group where you can just learn more about my philosophical and mindset rants, as well as some videos on marketing and sales and different things regarding how to build mini communities and mega communities. If you want one-on-one mega community consulting, there is a link all the way at the bottom. It's not a cheap offer though. It's not a cheap program. It's a 5-figure investment for 6 months. But for those that do want, I guess, that kind of input, where someone can come in and build your remote sales team, a sales team, your social media department, personal brand departments, help you go viral predictably. Make sure that you have lead generation coming in and you have people to close them and appointments set them and have a full end-to-end process. As long as you're in the service-based business, this will make sense for you. But we've helped people out an extra 100, 200K in 6-7 weeks in a few situations with this process. So if that's for you, then check it out. But if not, join the free Skool group. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, and think mega. Take care. Bye-bye.